Sheldon's picks were the original third kits added to the game all the way back in Splatoon 1, with bright and unique aesthetics and of course, new sub-weapon and special weapon combinations. After being back in Splatoon 2 with old and new designs, I fully believe that Splatoon 3 is going to follow up with another Sheldon's Picks collection, especially after the Bear Sushi and Embers collection came out in June. Here are some of my kit ideas and a few new designs for some of the weapons that I think would be realistic and perfect candidates. I'll be using Yaga's kit generator for the weapon cards, but any new weapon icons that you see were edited by me. I have a few goals with these kits. One, I love weapons that feel just like one cohesive unit. I used to love playing Neo Sloshing Machine because the point sensor made the main weapon better, the main weapon and the special weapon comboed, the special weapon was easier to use with the point sensor, like it just all made sense. Neo Machine also had a theme of like AoE and arcing shots, and I think another theme that they could really push with a weapon is the Bubblegum Decavitator, a weapon all about horizontal mobility with a curling bomb and a reef slider. I think the current Decavitator kits are really good, especially the mint one, so I want them to give it like a really aggressive kit, like one that you can really just like run it down with, have fun with it. I think people would still use the mint one mostly, but I don't know, you never know. And I always love a kit that can make a weapon feel just a little bit more flexible, and that's why I gave the Antique Bloblobber a Fizzy Bomb and a Big Bubbler, because I think it's kind of perfect for if the Bloblobber wants to play either more passive and spammy, or if it wants to play aggressive, because Fizzy and Bubble, I feel like you can use kind of either way. If you want to be more offensive or defensive with it, it just makes Bloblobber a lot more flexible, which I think it needs. You know, one of my favorite things that the developers have really done with this game is they have reference kits, mostly from Splatoon 1, but even like some Splatoon 2 reference kits with just like some slight changes in special or sub weapons or reinvented specials. People get attached to certain kits. Like, I've been playing NZAP 85 since 2017. I know very well, like, I love the identity of the NZAP. It has a special that kind of flips the switch for your team and you all kind of go in together. And I know ballpoint players miss their squid beacon, so I'm going to give the fruity ballpoint a squid beacon and a killer whale.
This is definitely fruity.
I don't know why I named it that. I was thinking of those cute little fruit like pens that kids have. I don't know. I was trying. And it's a special for ballpoint that doesn't take away its like main weapon, which the other two ballpoint kits, like, they take away your main weapon. They're transformations. So I think this would be a really good, something different for the weapon, which is kind of another goal I have for a lot of these kits. Something that the other two kits don't really already provide. I try to keep that in mind. Next, the Grim Ranged Blaster, which is probably one of the most like aesthetically like popular kits from, or just weapon designs from Sheldon's kits. I'm giving it Burst Bomb and Whale, direct reference kit from Splatoon 1, and it's still different than S-Blast, because I think people might look at S-Blast as the blaster with the Burst Bomb, but S-Blast doesn't really have that reliable long-range combos. Like, they're still possible, but they're very hard. Range Blaster, a lot bigger of a radius. It can get these Burst Bomb combos a little bit more reliably. And come on, you have to give it Burst Bomb. It's always had Burst Bomb. It's just so iconic. Whale actually would be really good because you don't like stop what you're doing with Whale in this game. It would work even better than it did in Splatoon 1. The Nautilus 29, or the Bronze Nautilus, I'm giving that Curling Bomb and Inkjet. Nautilus with Inkjet was a really popular kit in Splatoon 2. Giving it a Curling Bomb, like, I don't know, you can like paint a trail for yourself, hold your charge, swim on the trail, whatever. And Inkjet's like a good special for Nautilus too in terms of diversity. Nautilus doesn't really have like a ranged aggressive special. It has like a melee special with Splashdown. It has kind of like a drop it and forget about it special with Inkstorm. Inkjet lets it like be aggressive to its more ranged opponents. And Fresh Squiffer is another great example of kits that have identities. Fresh Squiffer is always the Squiffer that really gets the I'ma go in with this and get some splat special. And I'm gonna give it Suction Bomb and Zuka. It's gotten Kraken and Inkjet in the previous games. Trizuka just seems like the next step for it. So, and it would help it, again, kind of like Nautilus, help it deal with the weapons that outrange it. Sploosh 7 has always been really fun for me. In Splatoon 1, they gave it Ingzuka. In Splatoon 2, they gave it Ultra Stamp and a bomb. Like, they also gave it a bomb for like the first time ever. And it actually helped the Sploosh feel like a real weapon that can actually play the game normally. Like, it doesn't have to like necessarily rat around all the time. That's kind of what I want Sploosh 7 to be again. So I'm giving it a Splat Bomb and a Trizooka, literally just referencing the Splat 1 kit, because it's just, again, let Sploosh play the game. That's my opinion. One of my favorite kits in the Splatoon series was Burst Bomb and Tenta Missiles, specifically on the Mini Splatling in Splatoon 2. I'm going to give that same kit to another kind of mid-range weapon, the Bamboozler. The Bamboozler Mach 3, I'm giving Burst Bomb and Tenta Missiles. Gonna make it an absolute monster of a mid-range chip damage weapon. Bamboo loves having chip damage. Getting that from your own kit will make you a lot more, again, like just flexible, self-sufficient. I think it would make Bamboo players really, really happy. Not that the kits it got are like necessarily bad, but this might be the one all the Bamboo players would go to, but I think it'd be fun. I also try to think about certain classes that lack a certain special in terms of like bringing diversity in the kits to the game. For example, there are no Brellas with Zipcaster, and I feel like Recycled Brella might be the best candidate for Zipcaster. It's obviously, like, they gave that Brella, like, more damage than the regular Brella, so I'm thinking that Zipcaster would be perfect for it. And then the Grape Squeezer, there's no shooter that has Zipcaster yet. They were supposed to give it Splash, and they didn't. They never did. And honestly, with all the shooters that haven't gotten third kits yet, I don't see how you don't give it to Squeezer. Especially because, you know, Squeezer, like, it's got a really ranged, aggressive special with Zuko already. It's got a supportive-ish special with Screen. Give it Zipcaster, let the Squeezer run stuff down. Give it a Splat Bomb. Again, purely combat-focused Squeezer. And you know what's underrated? Kits that are just kind of like stupid fun ideas, because not all kits need to be competitively viable. I like a good kit that just has a purpose and it's fun, or maybe, again, there's like a certain theme about it. That's why I'm giving the Permanent Ink Brush Super Chumps. I really want a skirmishing type weapon that's like in the backline to have chumps, because I feel like it can just play really well with its own chumps. Give it Sprinkler. Brush has always had Sprinkler in the previous games. Imagine during like an intense situation and you already have the enemy team like really putting pressure on you, and then you just see Super Chumps and a brush coming like right behind you. Like, that would be insane to me. S-Blast 91 is already like a really good weapon, obviously. So when thinking about the S-Blast 90, which by the way, based off the Japanese Super Famicom or the SNES, I'm gonna give it Toxic Mist and Tenta Missiles. I'm giving it Mist because I think S-Blast, depending on its matchup, it wants to fight certain weapons with its short range mode, certain weapons with its long range mode. Toxic Mist kind of lets you control that. And I also think Mist might have some interesting combos with Tenta Missiles. Like, you can throw Mist at somebody, after you missile them, they can't really run away from the missiles. You can finish them off with your main weapon, since it's a blaster, really easily. I think that would be the most interesting thing you could probably give the S-Blast at this point. You know, I loved having Killer Whale and Booyah Bomb on the Heavy Splatling remix in the previous two games, but I want to give it a kit that I've been waiting for on a weapon. I want to give it Splash Wall, because Heavy Splatling has always had Splash Wall. And I want to give it Crab Tank, another Crab Tank weapon, because I just want to see a Crab Tank with a Splash Wall in front of it. I think that would be absolutely ridiculous. It might actually have some like viability. Like, it gives your crab like a little bit more HP, I guess. I think that would be really cool. It would give Heavy Splatling kind of the boost it needs, because both the kits it has right now are just kind of, I don't know, they don't really do anything for me. So the Super Splattershot Nova. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I still don't really know why they put the Splattershot Nova in the game. I don't know what it's supposed to do. I think they want it to be a support weapon, but then they gave it two kits that do nothing to support your team. so let's change that. Burst Bomb, so you can actually do something in fights, and Tacticooler, so that your team can actually get something from your special. Listen, I loved Anarchy Nova spamming Inkjet. I loved spamming Whale with the vanilla one, but you're just not really doing enough. And I get, you know, not every kit has to be competitively viable, but man, a main weapon has got to have at least one kit that you can kind of use somewhat seriously. And if they're not going to buff the main weapon, I feel like you got to give it something like this. Maybe the Tacticooler's too much. Is it too similar to NZAP? Is it too similar to maybe like Edit or 96? I don't know, but, you know, they could give it Inkstorm, but I just went ahead and gave it Cooler, because Cooler would also help Nova as a main weapon. Like, the Intensify action, the run speed, the mobility, it would help it actually do something in fights, again, which is what it really needs that. The Soda Slosher, I'm giving it Fizzy Bomb and Inkjet. Now, literally, I know there's literally going to be 3 sloshers with Fizzy Bomb. but it's literally Soda Slosher. You're not gonna give it the Soda sub-weapon? Are you kidding me? I'm still shocked they gave Tri Nouveau the actual Soda kit with Fizzy Bomb, Tacticooler, but besides the point, I want Soda Slosher to get, I guess, a more like ranged, aggressive special, because Zipcaster's kind of more melee to me, so I'm gonna give it Inkjet. Making a kit for Snipe Rider feels really impossible. It has Tacticooler that is obviously very popular in competitive. The Inkstorm one even isn't half bad. I mean, you can kind of combo your Snipe Rider shots with the Inkstorm. I'm going to kind of stick to that idea, even though it's not that much different, because I really want to give a long-range charger missiles, and I think giving it to the one that doesn't one-shot would be the best. It can kind of combo with the missiles, the missile chip damage, and I'm going to give it Angle Shooter. Kind of fits in with, like, you know, it's a marker, so it kind of fits in with, like, the pencil theme. I don't know. It's a little stupid, but what else am I going to give pencil that people will actually use? I think one of the hardest things about making third kits or custom kits is trying to put yourself in the developer's shoes and trying to be realistic with yourself on what a weapon's actually going to get. Because I could give the NZAP 83, my favorite weapon, a really cool optimal kit. It could be, I don't know, Auto Bomb and Inkstorm or something. But no, I'm giving it Sprinkler and Ink Vac. Yep, I'm giving it Ink Vacuum. Is it going to be good? No. Is it going to be fun? Well, Ink Vac has synergy with run speed. NZAP has really good run speed. Players stack run speed on NZAP builds. So it's okay. There's some synergy there at least. It kind of makes sense. I mean, the other two NZAP kits are fine, I guess, so I'll take it. It's also hard making kits for weapons that you don't really play or don't really understand. Like, I'm giving Flingza Roller, the Soldier Flingza Roller, a wall again. It had a wall in Splatoon 2. Is it even good? I don't know, but I was trying to not make it similar to Dynamo or Big Swig, so I just gave it a wall, and I'm gonna give it Trizuka. I think Flingza kind of needs a special that lets you get picks, missiles, and splatter color screens. Not really doing that right now, so I think that will work out well for Flingza. And the Electric Clash Blaster, this kit's really stupid. I'm giving it Ink Mine and Screen, because if there's any weapon that you don't really need to see your opponents to hit them, it's Clash Blaster. Ink Mine, Screen kind of like play into that. And, you know, it's kind of like an area control type weapon. Listen, the vanilla Clash Blaster with Splat Bomb and Zuka, if it's not going to be good after that, I'm not going to sit here and try to give it an optimal kit. It's not going to happen, y'all. Put the Clash Blaster down. It's over. It's keys. If I gave your weapon a kit that you don't like, I'm not surprised that happened. If you have better ideas for kits down below, of course, let me know. A lot of weapons in this game do struggle with kits that don't let the weapon play the game in the way that it needs to be impactful. So again, I kind of consider that. Like, if I already saw a weapon that had a kit that should be letting it do things, I didn't really bother giving it like a really good optimal kit, but maybe I missed some. If you guys want to see more from this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.